to HRTV. I'm Sabrina, and unfortunately, Celia is not here today. However, we have all the news updates, and last weekend was actually polling weekend, which was really exciting for me. I finally was able to vote, and aside from watching all the rallies and attending some of them, I think one of the most exciting things for me was watching how the leaders were preparing themselves for election, how they were selling themselves, and there were definitely a lot of leadership lessons that we can take away. For example, when you're choosing a new leader or a new management for your company, it's important that you choose people who can take you to where you want to be and not just, who's going to continue doing what's been done for the past how many years. That is the point of having a governing body, right? Making fresh changes. Professor William Rockwell said in an article in the Straits Times, when you're grooming or preparing for the next generation of leaders, companies have to conduct objective evaluations of candidates who can help address future challenges while filling in the gaps on the current leadership. And I think that's really true and really something that you can keep in mind. Also, when you're doing succession planning, be it in a country or a company, you have to choose candidates based on a separate decision on who can do the job best. And just because you've been in the company for a long time, or just because you have that level of management or seniority, doesn't necessarily mean that you will get that promotion. Now, speaking of job promotions and interviews, Singlish can affect your career. No surprises. Aside from being one of our laws, and our laws is also a thing about sentence structure and being able to be understood by people who aren't familiar with the way we speak here. So Singlish, while it's fun and comfortable, it's something that you have to be aware of, especially when you're in meetings or in job interviews. It's only natural, I think, to switch back to something familiar when you're nervous. But as leaders, you should set a good example for your company and project the sort of image that is professional and also international, I guess, yeah. Our next story, still on Singapore, is about how Singaporean employees are the least loyal in the world. Along with British employees, locals are the least likely to pledge allegiance to their company or their employers. In fact, only 17% of Singaporeans can be considered locals. So are you one of them? Globally, it seems that the younger and the older generation are the most satisfied and contented maybe with their work compared to those sort of middle-aged workers. And I think it's because the younger people are so excited and they're still fresh and young, and the older folks are just looking forward to retirement. So as HR, it is really important that you're aware of this and engage the middle sort of segment of your company, because you don't want them to feel disengaged and then lose their loyalty and add on to the statistics. So give them career training, career progression opportunities, and really just make them feel valued and like a contributing member of the workforce. But at the same time, don't forget the younger and the more mature age group, or the more mature workforce, because you don't want to lose them. Last but not least, early this week I actually had the pleasure of meeting Mary Sue Rogers. She is the Global HR Head for IBM for Learning and Recruitment. It was a really fun chat, a really fun sit down, and she told me that in order to really train your employees and make it a good learning experience, you have to go back and see how they were taught in primary school and secondary school and apply that learning style to the workplace, because understanding how they learn and how they best absorb information can go a long way in determining how successful your career or your learning programs are. So she said that different generations, of course, have different learning styles. For example, Generation Y employees grew up with the internet, we grew up with technology. So we're very used to multitasking and having a lot of things happening at the same time, and also learning creatively. And that's, understanding different learning styles and different learning needs can really help you design a better learning program, which will, of course, improve the end result. And that's what we want. So speaking of video interviews and videos, video interview with Mary, so will be up on our blog pretty soon, so watch out for that. And also while you're at our blog of Niche, there are all episodes of Small Talk that you can catch up on, as well as all the other video interviews. So if you have any thoughts on any topics that I have discussed today, just get on our Facebook page, put a comment out, like it as well. While you're online, follow us on Twitter for all the latest news and updates. So that's about all the time this week. If you're smart enough and you took leave on Monday like me, good on you, because Tuesday is reset day. So have a good weekend and have a good break, and we'll see you next week. Bye!